He's rolling.
Yay.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
What?
Rolling, 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 rolling.
Zach Braff.
I have like 6 pages of notes on this movie.
That's good. I have 0.
I watched it drunkenly. Let's do this.
Yeah? Can I tell you guys about what I remembered? I haven't seen this movie in 10 years.
Well, wait, bring it up during the podcast.
Yeah.
We'll have natural reactions that way.
Podcast has started, man.
He's trying to do a little cold open.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing that. Okay.
Just so we have a little conversation going.
Yeah, we're,
you know what I mean?
we're talking.
Yeah. But, okay. So, Zach Braff, in the year 2007, hosted Saturday Night Live. It was the season finale of Saturday Night Live. And during the opening monologue, it was all about Garden State. And then later in the show, during a skit, it was all about the Garden State soundtrack. That was in 2007. Garden State came out in 2004. Which he was just riding the coattails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so embarrassing. Because the whole point of the one sketch was that the Garden State soundtrack was like the voice of a generation.
It sure was. I mean,
Yeah.
Liev Schreiber had some problems plugging anything other than Ray Donovan when he was on SNL recently, so maybe they're jealous of Zach Braff.
Well,
Ray Donovan still on?
It is.
It's still on, but it's getting ready to leave. Schreiber.
Yeah. Hey,
Okay.
welcome to Sequelitis, everybody.
I'm leaving. Bye.
This is Sequelitis by Loose Cannon Comedy. Welcome to the show. I'm Adam Prevade. My friends are here. Like you.
He's pointing at me.
He is.
I'm Mike DiGuglielmo.
I'm John Malinock.
I'm John Gleason.
And I'm John DiCarlo.
John Gleason and John DiCarlo switched places today. It's very confusing.
I'm on
in
the
a
couch
different
now.
order.
Yeah.
My
New
brain
chair.
off.
Still 3 Johns in a row.
Yeah, it's bad enough we
Yeah.
have 3 Johns. When they switch places on me, I can't keep them straight.
You all have your hair parted down the middle.
I got my Largeman hairdo right now.
Sweet large man hair.
Large man.
Large
in honor,
in charge.
In honor of today's movie, of course, if you haven't picked up on it yet, it's Garden State from the year
2004.
2004.
2004.
Written and directed by Zach Braff.
Zachary Braffs.
Zach Braff.
Funny enough, I was looking up some trivia. The original name of the movie was called Largeman's Ark.
Okay.
It's funny because Largeman is the only one that has one in the movie. But no, it was called Largeman's Ark, like ARK, because of that stupid boat scene.
Yeah.
And Miramax and 20th Century Fox was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. You're changing it to Garden State. And he was like, all right.
I always wondered why it's called Garden State. There's really no Jersey
And
references.
there's no scenery
yeah.
in
No.
Jersey. Yeah.
No.
Their only reference is Peter Sarsgaard goes, we like our malls here.
that and they say Newark. They're like, we're going to Newark.
Yeah, like in the news in the background, it's New Jersey. But that's it.
Like if you didn't know Zach Braff was from New Jersey, would you even associate most of what you
if
see
it wasn't
with
called
New Jersey?
Garden State and they didn't say Newark one
Is
time.
it like a famous news scene at the end? Because in the background, when he goes and interrupts his father, it's like a train crash.
Something like that.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
something
major
weird.
story they
That's
just gloss
right.
over.
I caught that. I know.
It was a long time ago. Was it the TWA plane crash or was that before this? I don't know.
Crashed in Newark.
In Newark.
There is something I did notice in that movie. It's Natalie Portman. When Natalie Portman gets introduced, she starts off that movie really trying to do a Jersey accent.
Yeah.
And then it
Just gives
seems
up.
like halfway through, Zach Braff is like, that's awful. You're not doing that. Because she goes, just kick him in the balls. Kick the dog in the balls.
Yeah, she tells
And
him
you're
to do that
What?
many, many times. She's
Kick
like,
the
kick that
dogs in the
retarded dog in the balls.
Or
She
yeah.
keeps
Just
saying.
shoot him down. Why?
The whole thing was, all he had to do was nudge the dog, and I think
Yeah.
the dog would have stopped humping his leg. But
Yeah.
we have lots of things to argue
there's
about
a
here
lot
today.
to talk about.
This is a lot to
of dilemmas
digest.
in this movie that could have had simpler
We're
solutions.
probably going to be talking about the movie more than the actual like sequel or reboot
I don't really
or
want to
whatever
make
we're
a
doing.
sequel so much as I want to just trash this fucking thing. So
I'm with you.
thing that tipped me off that it takes place in New Jersey was that everybody was doing cocaine. I forgot that this movie was rated R. I haven't seen this movie in
Yes.
10 years. I loved it in college. And there's a lot of fucks in there and a lot of
it's a hard R too when that teenager
X.
just for some reason lap dances and makes out with Zach Braff.
Yeah,
for a
on
minute.
ecstasy. Yeah.
And then it's just like it's over. That scene's over now, and Dana's not coming back.
Nope.
And there's all those voyeurs in the hotel. that Method Man
Method Man
is.
shows up. I completely forgot about Method Man.
And the glory
this
hole.
movie is so fucking weird.
Oh, that I was very drunk. I don't remember that at all.
It's not,
very quick
it's not
scene.
weird. It's not weird. It's quirky.
Oh, that's
It's quirky.
right, yeah.
It's very quirky. You go, well, that's just Zach Braff and his glory hole fantasy.
Yeah.
So this is Zach Braff's directorial debut.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Writer,
literally
director.
Scrubs up until this point, right?
Yeah, this was at the height of his Scrubs fame,
Yep.
pre-punked meltdown.
Oh yeah,
Which he
beat up
claims
that little kid.
He claims that he was acting. He said that on a podcast recently.
Teenager.
He said he knew something was going on, and that Donald Faison kind of tipped him off. So he decided that he was going to get crazy with the show. I don't believe that.
He's a bit of a method actor.
No.
But what's everyone's feelings on this movie? We're of course talking about Garden State.
I have mixed feelings.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, there's certainly a level of nostalgia. This was the first movie I actually ever went on a date on in high school.
Okay.
So, you know, I remember this movie, and I have fond memories of going to see this movie, but I no longer have any fond memories of this movie.
Did that date like change your life? In an
No.
instant.
Is nostalgia the right word? Even
no,
we get
I-
nostalgic about our favorite cartoons. Did Garden State actually touch you so deeply that you're feeling nostalgic about it?
I saw it in college, thought it was okay, and then it kind of soured in my memory, and I was like, wow, that's a pretentious piece of shit. Going back and watching it this weekend, I was like, yeah, it's not as pretentious as I remember. It's not bad. It's not good, but it's not.
Yeah, I don't know if it's so much just pretentious that it is bad.
I saw it in
Yeah.
high school. I loved it in high school. I think I'm with Gleason. There was a moment, there was a little bit of nostalgia, but honestly, I think about it in terms of nostalgia, and I'm like, I'm just thinking about like the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about like riding around with
Yeah.
like a high school girlfriend, like listening to the soundtrack. I'm not thinking about the movie.
Yeah, and how I had to hear nothing but fucking Iron and Wine for the next 3 years. Everybody.
and it was like this thing with me where like it was such a pop culture phenomenon, and then pop culture, I remember that was one of the first instances that I remember where pop culture just decided we're gonna turn on something and we're all gonna decide that we hate this. And I remember getting a little older, in like my mid-20s, I watched it and I was like, all right, this isn't that great. It's kind of like whatever, it's just Zach Braff just showing off weird shots and there's no plot or anything. But last night I watched it, and as like an adult, it's kind of a disturbing movie. It has very regressive ideas about mental health and medication
Yes.
and
We're gonna get to that.
and what mentally ill people should do.
Right.
And the ending genuinely creeped me out. Like when Zach Braff is like, what do we do next? I'm like, you're gonna kill each other.
Yeah.
You can't be in a relationship. You've known each other for less than a week.
And what you do have is toxic.
You've given up your entire life. Like it's just really weird.
And the day before that, Zach Braff and Natalie Portman were just hanging out and spooning in the tub where his mother died.
Yeah.
That's
don't
right.
forget about
I
that.
never really thought about that.
That's the first. It occurred to me last night. It's like, oh, she died in that tub, and they're just sitting.
Yeah, that's
in
where
it.
he squirts his first tear.
yeah,
Yeah.
his first two. She
Don't
puts it
worry,
in a
she
Dixie
saved
cup.
it.
Affluent white 20-somethings are sad and bored.
Yeah,
That's what I get from this
well, and
movie.
that's going back to the R word. That's what
Yeah.
makes me mad about
Yeah.
the use of the R word, because it's all like these lower middle class like white people using that word, and Zach Braff's like, I'm so much
Yeah, I
better
mean,
than
his
them.
buddy that invented silent Velcro. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, that whole guy, that fucking weird guy. We're going to talk about the R word too at some point. I'm
yeah.
sure that's
Yeah.
going to come up, but yeah, I think everybody did turn on it. They're like it's like the Nickelback of movies.
Well, so this movie, I think, has two things going against it. People turned on it, but also today and yesterday, I was talking to a few of my coworkers who are just like 5 years younger than all of us. About none of them know the movie. They're not familiar with it at all. Like, this movie didn't cross generations.
No,
That's because
For-
it
no.
sucks.
For as much as it defined a generation.
Yeah,
I would almost be willing to bet if you didn't watch Scrubs, you never watched this movie.
True.
I think that was a big thing.
That was for me. That's why I
I
wanted
was
to
like,
watch it.
oh, JD is going to make this like cool comedy, and I remember the first time I saw it, I was kind of like taken aback at how depressing it was.
By the way, there
Serious.
is no point in the Sequelitis episode where I don't railroad this into a Scrubs reunion /
Absolutely. It happens at some point in time, and then we end up just talking about how much we love Scrubs
Scrubs.
for an hour and a half.
Where's Turk?
I just hope that JD and Elliot get together soon, and then break up again, and then get together soon.
And here comes the Todd.
Yeah, this is
You mean the Dong? Yeah, Dong 5 or whatever.
yeah, but this movie becomes a phenomenon. It's one of the first movies where they like took it on the road, and that's how it gained so much popularity. Like almost like roadshow style.
This is kind of nerdy, but Fox Searchlight was kind of getting bigger back then. I feel like I watched a lot of movies
Yeah.
that were really good and they just kind of trailed off.
Well, this is one of the starts of it. When I was like looking up reviews of it, there were actually a lot of articles about how this convinced the studios that you could actually do popular indie.
Yeah.
Like you could just do an indie movie
Yes.
and market it towards everyone. and make a
yeah.
buttload of money.
Well, I mean, this is the movie, and I have no shame in saying this is the movie that made me fall in love with Natalie Portman. Honest.
So it wasn't the Star Wars prequels. Just
No, it wasn't Leon the Professional.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's even more wooden in this one.
No. Watching this again, she's going for it. She's
She's
the
trying
scenery.
something.
She's jumping in the water in her skivvies,
yeah,
and she's like, "Get in here, Zach Braff. Let's cuddle in the water."
she's making noises and she cries. I love watching Natalie Portman cry.
sure.
She's the best crier in the business.
I want a T-shirt of that.
When she cries, her eyebrows curl up into like U shapes.
Oh wow.
And I mean, it really gets across the emotion that everyone's mentally ill.
Yeah, you would love to save her tears in a Dixie cup, wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
sure,
You
yeah.
have those in your bedroom.
What's so weird about her character too is like it's so hard to pinpoint. I remember thinking this when I was a kid. The scene where they go get a beer,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, she's old enough to drink."
I had no idea how old these people were.
I thought
the
my
same
big thing was I thought one of the big things going into the movie was it was going to be a reveal that she was like oh, she's lying about her age because she's a pathological liar.
Yeah.
She's way younger than she says. They go to the bar, she can't get in,
Yeah.
and that causes friction. No, she's just like all of these people, save maybe like Sarsgaard a little bit, but not really. Like are just so developmentally arrested.
Yes.
They're like big, huge white children.
Well, they're all adults who can't function. So I did some math, okay? So this movie came out in 2004. Zach Braff was born in 1975.
Yeah.
When he was making this movie and when it came out, he was 28, 29 years old, okay? Natalie Portman, when this came out, 22, 23 years old.
Okay.
Peter Sarsgaard was pushing 50. No, he was like 34, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
33, 34.
And Peter Sarsgaard says he's 25
Yes.
in the movie,
Yeah.
which he obviously isn't.
26, I think. Whatever.
Raph says he's 26.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
And Sam is just like, because Sam isn't a character at all, pretty much.
Yeah.
And has no agency, she has no age.
I think she's a figment of his imagination.
It's like what they were going to do with Janitor in the first season of Scrubs.
And before we jump into our sequel, I know there's a couple of shots that you want to talk about, DiCarlo, in this movie, namely the medicine cabinet, and I want to talk about the wallpaper. What in the flying fuck is going on in that movie? Why do these weird, stupid art shots?
It's all quirk, and that's the problem. The medicine cabinet shot is infuriating. No one is that medicated. Not even people like in institutions that have like killed their family. Is that like you would be dead if you took that much medication?
Well, this is like screenwriting 101. Like that shot tells you everything you need to know about Andrew Large.
I know, and it's just like his like weird white room. It's like, oh, I get it. Like it's
He's
sterile.
very
like
casually on lithium.
Yeah.
It's a pretty hardcore
he's
drug.
a sociopath.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
He needs to be on this medication. At the end, he's like, I'm not going to take this medication. You're like, no, you really should.
Yeah.
Now, the only sound advice he did receive was don't have your dad, Bilbo Baggins, as a psychiatrist.
Yeah, and also
I'd
just
agree with
you can go off of lithium. You're already on they're like Celexa, Paxil, and Zoloft, which doesn't make sense because they all do the same thing anyway.
Yeah, they're
So it's
more
like
or
taking
less,
like three
yeah.
different versions of Tylenol at the same time.
I love a
And
good
then you're
party.
on lithium, which they stopped prescribing in like the 90s.
Right.
And he's still on it. And he's like, I feel really numb. Everything makes me numb. And like that's like a problem. Like there's that weird period of time in like the mid 2000s where like everyone was like, yeah, if you're mentally ill, you don't need medication.
Yeah.
It'll just make you numb. You need to feel life.
all
be
those
sad.
pills,
be
all
depressed.
those pills, man, it can't be good
And it's like
for
that's
you.
not true.
No.
He's like, I'm real numb from this lobotomy they gave me 3 years ago at my dad's psychiatry office. Like, yeah, God, what a movie. Well, do you guys want to sequelize it, or you want to talk about it?
Oh, do you want to talk about the shirt?
I want to talk about the shirt, but not really. Like, it's just a shirt scene
What does that shot tell you about the character of Andrew Large?
that he wants to go to the rainforest.
He's fading into the background of his own life. Or something like that.
yeah.
There's this my sister had the DVD and I was watching deleted scenes one day when I was watching it, and there's another bullshit art shot that they left out where he's either like going to or leaving from work, and he's going up an escalator, and simultaneously as he's going up the escalator, there are people in a gym with like there's windows of the gym overlooking the escalator. People are on Stairmasters.
Cool.
Holy shit.
So they're working for life. They're climbing through life.
They're
He's just
climbing and
riding.
he's going.
Jesus Christ.
And he leaves the gas pump inside the fucking car and
Yeah.
John Malinock needs a bottle opener.
I'm trying to be nice.
And remember, the crux of the movie is that it's almost about New Jersey. You know what I mean? If you think about it,
New
on
Jersey
a
is
large
like
scale.
a character in the movie.
Yeah. There's also a masturbating dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought he was just scratching his nuts. He's jerking it.
Oh, he's going for it. Oh.
Wait, what? There's a dog that's masturbating?
Yeah, they're sitting in Sam's house, and her little like pug thing, like naked pug,
Yeah.
is sitting like a.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Just
Yeah.
scratching itself.
Oh, and then
No,
Tatembe.
the dog is credited as masturbating dog
Oh my
in the
God.
actual
All right.
credits.
Well, Datembe serves no purpose either.
He's dusting for prints because someone's shitting on his GameCube.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they watch a
criminal
video of
justice
her.
major, right?
Yeah, they watch a video of her figure skate, which goes
a
nowhere.
crocodile outfit.
And Aunt Dowd shows up, which
Aunt
blew
Dowd.
my fucking
I
mind.
know, I had problems with that too.
Who did she play?
She's
the blind
she's
woman?
Sam's mom.
Sam's mother.
She goes, Kelvin.
Yeah.
It reminds me of those kinds of movies where you take like a short story collection and just try to like intertwine them together into one not very cohesive, but you pretend it is.
Absolutely.
movie.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
A dramatic set piece in every scene
thing-
and quirky characters.
It's like he made an unadaptable movie from no
From
source
a book.
material.
Yeah. That's the thing that drove me nuts watching it like last night. I'm like, this is so plotless. Like, there's no plot to this movie.
No. It's just 4
It's
days
nothing.
with Zach Braff. That's it.
That's what we're titling the sequel regardless. 4 days with Zach Braff.
Well, guys, we've been shitting on this movie for 17 minutes.
It deserves
long enough.
way more.
I think we need to make a sequel.
Hell yeah.
Let's be productive. Let's add something to the world.
And
Let's do better.
as always, we are amateur screenwriters. We're here in the Sequelitis Writers Room. And as always, we're at the mercy of the plot device. Ooh. We're going to have to draw some plot out of some popcorn buckets.
Yeah, to be clear, folks, the plot device is 3 popcorn buckets. That's right. And they say, what is it? Popcorn. What happens? How's it end?
Yeah.
Yeah, so those we forgot to take popcorn off the one.
The plot device is God.
It determines our every move, and even though we'd never listen to it.
All right. You guys want to find out what kind of sequel we're
Let's
making?
see what kind of sequel we're making to Garden State. Real quick. I'm
Yes.
sorry, not
Okay.
to I don't want to jump off topic.
Okay.
Is that last Zach Braff movie related to Garden State in any way?
I heard it was basically the same movie, right? Or
Oh,
very
Wish
didn't
I
bother
was, wish
seeing
I was
it.
here.
Yeah, that's the one.
I think it was like a spiritual sequel.
I never
Yeah,
saw it.
he's a dad that's sad.
No, that's Alex Inc.
Sad dad.
Oh, that's Allison.
That's his TV show.
Which I toured the set of Alex Inc. in Los Angeles, and by the time I got home, it was canceled.
Can I make one more gripe before we actually start with the sequelitis?
Yeah.
I blame this movie for The Big Bang Theory because fucking Jim Parsons shows up.
He's
And
the
I-
knight.
Yeah, that's
He's
right.
the
He does
knight
show
who-
up.
And I
Fucks-
think that if he
yeah.
weren't in this movie, that we would never have had Big Bang Theory. I'm just going to go ahead and put that on Zach Braff, too.
He's been in other stuff.
But this was like 3 years before.
Yeah.
This is the only time he was a knight who banged a mom.
Yeah.
He's just a fast food night.
Oh, that's right.
All right.
Let's go to the let's sequelize Garden State.
Go
guys.
collect your Desert Storm trading cards. What? Anyway, continue.
I know.
Sorry.
It's infuriating,
Sorry.
Johnny. I know.
Johnny, go for it. Malinock, what are we doing? What is it?
That's the one nearest you. Yep.
He's shuffling. He's shuffling.
His big grizzly hands are
What are
stuck
we
in
doing?
the plot device.
What are we doing?
Can't do it.
Prequel.
A prequel to Garden State. I love it.
I think it's doable.
Why
So it's
not?
about his mom.
His mom when she gets paralyzed.
Yeah.
Because he pushes
Because
her
of the
over like a
latch.
Largeman's days
Yeah.
in boarding school.
We could have
right.
a dramatic scene where like the dad just pushes her to the top of something. She gets to scream in the rain. Whoa, it's just like her son.
It's like
She's in
poetry.
a
It
doctor's
rhymes.
office getting humped by a dog. Just ugh.
Yeah. All right.
A prequel makes a lot
That's
of sense,
doable.
I think,
We can-
because I have no. I don't know why these people are alive.
One thing that I picked up on, I don't know if I picked up on it like before, but like the thing that I really noticed watching it it's kind of implied that she killed herself, right?
That's the way
Yes.
I took it.
Yeah.
Especially initially.
It's implied
drown in a
that she
bathtub?
drowned
Yeah, the
herself.
voicemail is like your mom drowned in a bathtub. It's like, whoa.
The speech with the dad at the end too. Like
When
maybe
he's
Mom
like,
wanted
she
to
just
go.
wanted it to be over
Yeah.
with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like that was definitely the intention.
Who's
there.
letting her bathe alone? Like, shouldn't this woman have some care?
She's paralyzed from the waist down.
yeah, but
She's paraplegic.
Should have a live-in nurse or
She
something.
has severe depression, and
She suffers from
is
severe
paraplegic.
depression. She's paraplegic.
oh, because her son tried to kill her.
Yeah.
And now she's paralyzed from the waist down.
No, the dishwasher tried to kill her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah.
That's fucking latch.
Fucking
That's
latch.
fucking
She was so
That's a
depressed, he
quarter-inch
couldn't make her
piece of
happy,
plastic.
so he pushed her.
Let's make this a prequel
About the
about
dishwasher.
the dishwasher manufacturers.
Oh, shit. That's a faulty piece we got
That's
there, Jack.
fine. It's all right.
We can't release this model.
Ship it out.
We have a deadline to meet.
The dishwasher is a serial murderer.
I didn't know. Tell that to that
Or if we
that little boy's mom. And that little boy-
Or if we get like a villain redeems himself, it's the dishwasher that saves the life of somebody later in the film.
You tell that to that rich bourgeois Jersey family, asshole. They need their dishwasher.
All right, we're doing a prequel.
All right.
We got to get a plot.
All right.
What is happening in this movie? I'm
happens?
gonna pick
What
what
happens?
happens.
It has to be more than what happens
Come on,
in Garden
tell
State.
me plot device. All right, we're gonna add The Rock.
There you have it, folks. It's our favorite card of the plot device. It's Add the Rock. If you're unfamiliar with our video series that never existed, we once added the Rock to
Matrix.
The
The
Matrix.
Matrix. Yes, he was. I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
Agent Smith?
I think he was the new Smith.
He was like a
No,
bad
can we
guy.
be passive with this? Can this be The Rock's directorial debut?
Yeah, it just says add the Rock.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he writes and directs it with Zach Braff producing.
Or if we get stuck at a quarter, we could just have him be an EP or something.
Sure. Would Zach Braff like allow The Rock to take the helm of his beloved franchise?
No.
I don't think so.
No, he's too much of an
But
egomaniac.
look,
Fucking guy.
we're looking to improve on a previous movie that's not too, that doesn't stand up. The Rock is sequel royalty.
He is.
He came into, The Mummy Returns, G.I. Joe Retaliation, was it?
Jumanji.
Jumanji,
Fast and the Furious.
Fast
Fast and
5,
Furious.
of course.
Yeah. Fast 5 and Beyond.
Journey to the Center of the Earth 2.
What's his new Calvin and Hobbes? Hobbes and what's the other guy from
Hobbs and the
Fast and
Rock.
Furious?
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Captain Hobbenshaw. That's his name.
Oh, so yeah, we're gonna have to deal with The Rock.
There's
Great.
a quirky
Okay.
way to do this, or like John suggested, we just bury him in the credits. So, remember, there is no way. It doesn't say how we add The Rock.
Speaking of, in the actual credits of
Danny
the movie,
DeVito.
well, he's the executive producer.
I didn't know about
I
that.
saw that, yeah.
Yeah.
But Natalie Portman is fifth billed
Wow.
after Method Man.
Wow.
That was a big get for
This is
them.
a young Portman.
So Rock could feasibly be
Method
the Method
Man's-
Man of this.
This
movie.
could
we
be
can
his,
find a role for The Rock.
Or yeah, like his like indie like debut.
We just have to add The Rock.
Like
Yeah.
his like Robin Williams kind of like
he tried that before.
Bill
Remember
Murray.
he did Southland Tales. That
Oh no.
Yeah.
The Donnie Darko
Oh,
director did.
Southland Tales.
And don't forget about Ballers.
Yeah.
he tries.
Ballers.
And he makes a lot of money while
All
he
right, so at
tries,
some
and that's
point
what's
we're
important.
We're adding The Rock to our big Garden State prequel.
Okay.
Let's see how it ends. Good.
Want me to do it?
Think you do the
I'm going to
honors.
do it. We're going to figure out how it ends. Shuffling. What do we got? I got my hand in the popcorn bucket. We have a surprise cameo or return.
So it's Turk.
So it has to be, I would assume it would have to be from Garden State, but
Yeah.
I guess for a cameo.
So-
His mother.
We're doing a prequel, so we can't have a return.
Yeah.
the Scrubs cameo could be fun.
Yeah.
It could be. Again, doesn't really show you how you have to do a cameo. Just a cameo.
Dr. Cox just shows
I
up.
was, that's where my mind
Come on there, Grace, or something like that. And he just,
Tell you what, Lily. Shines off the apple. He also is a cocksucker. I'm going to kill him.
I really
Let's just do Scrubs.
Scrubs the
let's just do
movie.
a Scrubs tribute.
The Scrubs movie.
This podcast is now called Scrubsitis. We miss it.
Well, much like last week, we're really going to have to work to make this funny.
Can we draw like a second what happens?
Yeah, like what the hell else happens?
Yeah, like,
Look, this movie's quirky. Garden State's quirky. I say we draw a second what happens.
I like it.
We work them both in.
yeah, let's do two. Let's get a plot going.
Well, you want me to pick it?
I'm gonna pass this over to Adam.
All right, so not only are we adding The Rock, we'll be doing something else for this. This
is a
very special prequel to Zach Braff's Garden State.
This is a sequelitis
Prequelitis.
first.
All right, so our second what happens, our second plot point. Oh boy. All right, we have a long lost family member.
The mother.
Okay.
she's not
These are
long
some
gone
nice dramatic elements we have here.
Yeah. Sure.
Also, The Rock.
I guess we're inventing the plot on this one. Or much like the original Garden State, we don't have to have one.
We don't have to have a plot.
Correct. We don't have plots in any of our sequels, let alone the Garden
I don't know.
State
There's a
one.
plane and some trees.
Sure.
Simon and Garfunkel plays at one
Yeah.
point.
The end.
Someone has a tree house, maybe.
Someone has a treehouse.
know.
Yeah.
It's a graduation party, and they're all fucking sad and miserable because they're awful people.
All right. Who wants
Someone
to
has
take
a tree house that looks exactly like the house that's next to the tree house.
Who wants to take a quick break and think about this for a
I
moment?
do.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah?
We'll pause.
All right. Pause for the call.
Sequelitis will return. All right, we took a quick 5-minute smoke break brainstorm session.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's make our prequel to Garden State. It's the prequel. Where and when are we?
So, okay. Well, this Garden State has a lot of backstory, exposition in it.
Tons.
Yes,
Yeah.
they constantly refer to things that have happened in the past.
Yeah, for everyone involved.
Show it, don't say it, Zach Braff.
Well, we're going to show it.
We're gonna show it all.
Right.
I mean, the mom seems like an obvious jump point, but is there anything like more interesting jumping the mind? Something that we could focus on, and it's not quite as
Zach
laid
Braff's
out for us.
mom.
Well,
Why does he hate his mom so much? Why does he push her?
because she's depressed and
Right.
it makes him mad.
Yeah.
And he was
He
9.
can't make her happy.
He was 9. He can't make her happy.
Which even
so he
as an
pushed her.
adult, he doesn't seem to comprehend that that's not how depression works.
Yeah, exactly. He has no idea what depression is.
Well, it's because he's so numb from all the cocktails of antidepressants he's been taking.
Yeah, it's
So-
her fault. I'm her son. She should smile, goddammit.
Swimming in Schedule 1 drugs.
We do have some jumping off points. We have the mom. We have what happened when he was 9. We also have he gets sent to boarding school
Right.
later as a teenager.
Okay.
So there's like the Jesus Christ in the desert period
I want to see this
between
guy's
the,
an
between the
angsty teen.
dishwasher and him getting sent to boarding school.
Just getting his ass beat in the boarding school.
And I'm just gonna say right up front, young Largeman's dad is gonna be played by Martin Freeman.
100%.
Perfect.
Can we call it Young Largeman?
I'm young Largeman.
What's up, man? What's up? Yeah, all right. So it's like so adolescence and teenage large man.
I'm going to pitch to you guys an alternate plot line, a different character to follow.
All right, fuck our idea then. Okay, go ahead.
I say we follow a young Natalie Portman pre-epilepsy, and then we have to deal with her getting the epilepsy.
Just
She
seizing.
starts out really normal, and then she gets all kinds of dizzy and falls, and that makes her all quirky, like the Natalie Portman we know now.
To be clear, we do think that people with epilepsy are normal.
They're great.
This movie does not.
This
it
movie
does not
treats
play
them
into
like
the plot, but
monsters.
the
She
mom
has to
gives us a
wear
warning.
She has to wear a fucking rugby helmet in the movie. or she's a leatherhead.
There's your surprise
I thought it
cameo.
was a turtle shell.
John Krasinski from Leatherheads shows up at a point in time.
I mean, if you want to do any like genre changing, we can make it about the Gravediggers. Getting all
Like
kinds
about
of hijinks there.
young Sarsgaard.
I was gonna say Sarsgaard is really the only character that I like in that
Yes.
movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like if it was told more from Sarsgaard's perspective, that movie would have been more successful.
Now, is there a story about getting Zach Braff's mom's jewelry back? And that's not quite a prequel. It's kind of like a like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead, where you kind of have like a side story going on. But I mean, there's apparently this big epic quest. It even says this was really hard to get, but I got it.
Well, that's what this movie's about.
Yeah.
Garden State.
Oh, it is?
The quest they're on.
Well, no, their quest is like literally to go and pick it up, but there was a whole separate quest that
Yeah,
actually
him like retrieving it, yeah. What is the deal with the nitrous? Why does he need nitrous? What?
Yeah.
He gives that to Method Man.
Oh, so he's
Yeah.
trading?
Yeah, he trades the nitrous for information.
I went into a
and then he
fugue state during
cashes in
that
the
part.
favor and
and he goes, "Are there any balloons?" And Peter Sarsgaard goes, "No."
Yeah.
And then the scene ends.
Wait. Method Man's not the Fuck Hotel bellhop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
is.
is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Okay. I just didn't recognize him. Okay.
There's a number of ways we can go here.
but we have to add a long lost family member and The Rock.
That's true.
Now, long lost family member, that gets a little hard, I guess, because if you're going to choose one of the side characters, we're basically just adding a family member. We don't know their established family.
Yeah.
We don't know who's long lost. Like, there's no family dynamics to play with there.
Yeah, that's why I think the family dynamics of the Largeman family really have to come into play, and it has to be like a lost sibling or like a...
What if we tell the story of the other family members that Zach Braff has murdered?
We just don't mention the ant that he pushed down the steps.
I was going to say Zach Braff's dad, Dr. Bilbo, is a Kevorkian copycat and just
does look a
murders
bit
people.
psycho.
He's Jack the Ripper, basically, in that movie again.
I would not be
Again,
treated
yeah.
by that person.
It's about his first family.
Oh yeah, and he's such an asshole. Like everyone's such an ass. I can't stop talking about Garden State. But when he goes like, "I'm glad you could make it.
Yeah.
Glad you could fit it in." I'm like, "You
Yeah.
motherfucker."
Yeah, dick. He killed your wife. Be nicer to him, I think. Right?
And he
I
just
don't know
goes,
how I'm supposed to feel.
"Whatever, Dad."
I'm supposed to love you because you're my kid, but you killed my wife, you fucking prick.
I didn't kill her, the dishwasher.
Technically, the dishwasher did.
Apparently,
Papa.
he got his revenge by putting him on every depression medication
Exactly,
since
yeah.
the 1980s.
Sending you off to boarding school and putting lithium in your blood system. I'm gonna drown your mother in the bath.
I mean, the
Here,
boarding
huff this
school
ether
thing may have
mask,
actually
too.
been like the best idea I've heard yet, though. Like, because it's a natural, we don't really have to abide by the rules, and we can just introduce whoever the hell we want. Like,
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're
you're my cousin?
we're thinking Largeman in boarding school.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a brief sequence at the beginning of him killing his mother.
Yeah.
It's like real quick. Like it's like the plane crash in Garden State. It's just he just gently shoves this woman who snaps her neck viciously
Yes,
on the
yeah,
counter.
Yeah.
Because of the dishwasher.
Yeah. Fucking whirlpool.
We need a latch to that says latch on it, like so you know it's the character from Garden State. Like,
It's the killer of the mother is a dishwasher from a restaurant named Mr. Latch.
He does
from
call
the
it a cheap
Vietnamese restaurant that Zach Braff ends up working in.
All right, I have an idea. Boarding school. Garden State takes place over the course of 4 or 5 days. Let's focus on his first 4 or 5 days at boarding school.
I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah. Okay. Narrows it down. Plenty
It's-
of opportunity for quirky first encounters. with-
Like, he
with
hangs up a quirky
classmates.
poster in his room.
Yeah.
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 How old is he when he gets sent away?
He says he's a teenager.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So, I
think
mean,
like
that's what-
16, 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I was gonna say that opens it
Yeah,
up a
shout
lot.
out-
I don't know when people go to boarding school because I'm not a rich asshole.
Right.
And he's
like these
established
people.
friendships with these people in the town, so it has to be like, it doesn't seem shocked to see them. So I don't think it's been like I haven't seen you since I was a child.
Skarsgård's
did he
mom
make
loves
these
him. They're like,
Yeah.
So they had, exactly. When were they friends? If he got sent,
Plot holes, Zach
oh,
Braff.
Zach Braff.
Well, no, because he actually does say that no, they're like, well, you didn't get sent away when you were 9 when this incident happened. So there is an implied history there.
That's
We just
true.
skim over it
He has
because
middle school
we
with
skim
these
over
kids.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And I guess he's home for the summers.
But he says last time I saw Kenny, he was doing coke off a urine.
Yeah, they were doing coke at like 10.
But you also don't
That's
go to
true.
I think
boarding
they-
school forever, right?
They're
I mean,
like
you-
16.
yeah, but he says in the movie that he went to boarding school and then didn't see his dad for 10 years
Yeah.
or whatever.
With 16, if he's 26 in the movie, 16 can work.
I took it that he moved to L.A. and that was 10 years.
He
that
did
didn't.
directly from boarding school though, because he says that he went to boarding school and then never saw his family for 10 years.
Okay. All right.
So I guess he was there in the summer.
Okay, sad Braff boarding school kids take one. Like,
Yeah,
where?
all right.
Let's just do that.
All right, sure. Is this
slate.
a rich people's boarding school, or is it like
Absolutely.
A fucking, like
Oh, yeah. Is there
juvenile
any other
delinquent? No, aren't
type
there like
of
the ones
boarding
that, like,
school?
they send
Where did Pastor
couple
Bateman
kids
go?
away?
Exeter. It's Exeter. Let's
no,
just say
this
it's,
is like a total like upper middle
Prep
class
school,
wealthy,
yeah, like-
Oh yeah.
not like extravagant.
They wear little pretty boy jackets.
Yeah.
These are the kids that are groomed for the Skull and Bones, like
Sure.
shit like that.
Who is the dean of the boarding school?
The Rock.
Yes, sir.
The Rock is the dean.
Oh,
It's actually his godfather, so we can get the long lost relative out of the way.
just knock that out twice.
I'm your godfather, The Rock.
Hi, I'm Dean the Rock Johnson.
I'm going to give you the people's curriculum.
There's the people's syllabus, the people's curriculum. He's got a whole thing of moves.
Well, okay, so briefly, because I really want is Mark Peter Sarsgaard?
Yes.
Yes.
I really want Mark in this.
I do too.
I love that character. So I think we should have a quirky breakout of boarding school
Yeah,
scene.
like he's his friend from home still.
that,
Yeah.
or Mark is like the janitor at the school. Like,
No, they're the same age.
It's a prequel. We can't establish.
he's in juvie, and that's his public service. Like, that's his community service.
Is not going to school.
I don't like the smear campaign against Mark.
I
All
like
right,
Mark
he's at
a
a
lot,
travel.
yeah.
He's
His
at a
first
troubled
weekend
past.
home, or like his first, he can sneak home.
All right.
If he's 16,
But
he's
we
gonna
got
sneak back
we
in.
have 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, and one day he goes home,
Okay. All right. Okay.
It's implied that he very frequently
and
just
that's where he
leaves.
learns that he can never go home.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
This movie is about the idea of home.
In this one, it's going to be they're all wearing the same shirt except for him.
I like that.
Everyone's wearing a school uniform, and he's wearing a fucking Hawaiian shirt.
Oh no, because this has to be when he goes back to his high school friends. So he has the uniform, and they all have their regular clothing on, and
Is
it's
he
like,
wearing
oh,
an
I don't
Iron
fit
and
in.
Wine T-shirt?
Yeah.
This has to be a couple
but at
years.
one point, a bully does write balls on his forehead.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do. We have to recreate some moments from the original.
We have to recreate
So many moments,
Or he
actually.
writes forehead on his balls.
That's the prequel.
Yeah.
The foreshadowing.
And, you know, the foreign exchange kid who dies at the end tells him, sometimes I just like to climb onto the top of this equipment here, and I like to scream. You know, everything's inspired by this movie. Garden State was actually just an afterthought. Like, the character was just, like, kind of going over his best memories.
Yeah. All right, yeah. So he's in boarding school. He doesn't get along with anybody because he's a dick and he's heavily medicated, just numb to the world, right?
Yeah, yeah. We start with a shot of him like standing in the middle of the hallway, like everyone's in their lockers, and it's the time lapse of him just staring into the distance.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounding more like Scrubs.
With songs playing.
Stones,
Yeah.
What year would this be, I guess?
So okay, so
late
2004, he's 26.
Okay.
90s? Yeah.
So
94.
94.
Okay. So you're talking like
I'm hearing
Wonderwall
lots of Goo Goo
or
Dolls.
We have some Pixies, maybe earlier Radiohead.
Sure.
High and Dry is playing.
Okay.
High and Dry by Radiohead is playing during the locker time lapse.
I like it.
I'm not even going to check when
Nah,
that album was
doesn't matter.
released.
It's Zach Braff. We're not checking
cares?
too much. Well, who's playing? We don't have to get there yet. But I'm curious who Zach Braff would cast as a young Zach Braff, because I have a feeling it'd be very flattering.
Yeah. The most beautiful boy that Bryan Singer has ever groomed. Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, yes.
There
He's
we go.
hot right now. Timothy Chalamet.
That's not ringing a bell. Who is that?
He's
Call Me By Your Name. He's going to be in the new Dune movie.
And in Boy
He was in
Erased.
Lady
Yes,
Bird.
yes,
He's not
yes,
in Boy
yes.
Erased. He's in the other
Boy,
one.
He's in Beautiful Boy.
Beautiful Boy.
He's the many boy movies.
I
that
sent,
Timothy
a
Chalamet's
tweet.
in.
I sent a tweet to Adam once, and it was a phone conversation, a text conversation between Timothy Chalamet and the kid from Boy Erased. It's like, do you want to take this one? No, I'll get the next one.
Him and Lucas Hedges.
Lucas Hedges, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's the star. He's young Zach Braff.
Chalamet.
I think Chalamet could be good.
Yeah,
I
give
just
that
looked up a
double part.
picture. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, all right.
That's good. That's perfect. Yeah.
So Timothy Chalamet, a.k.a. Trevor
Andrew Largeman.
Large Guy.
Oh, and oh my God, when he breaks out. So we need the breakout scene. That's actually a great idea, because you can even have like a little girl having a seizure in the background.
Just having a grand mal seizure on a
Wonder what
knoll
her
somewhere.
No subtlety there. Like,
Yeah.
should we stop? No.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm numb to it.
Someone get her a helmet.
He's watching, but he's on too much lithium, so he just doesn't care.
And the Shins are playing in the background.
Like in the school cafeteria.
Yeah.
In 1994.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just him fucking around in boarding school,
All right.
fucking numb to everything.
Yeah.
We've really got it. Like nothing has to happen.
Yeah, it's just a series of moments.
Yeah, and we just need like 3 interesting set pieces.
Let's pick 3 quirky scenes
Yeah.
I have number 1.
that do not connect,
Oh, they don't connect.
but they reveal so much about him.
Because I was going to suggest a spin the bottle scene,
Okay, all right.
as in Garden State, and that's why maybe he's so apprehensive about the spin the bottle game in Garden State. Also, the fact that they're teenagers playing with
Yeah,
him.
instead of 20-somethings.
You know what? They're playing in like the school's wine cellar because there's a wine cellar.
All
All
good
the
boarding
bottles fall
schools.
and spin. And it's just like, what do we do now?
Oh,
fucking
it's
boarding
funny.
school orgy.
Borgie.
And Method Man's watching through a hole in the wall.
The whole thing is connected. It's like one time. All right, yeah, 3. All right, so 3 quirky things outside of spin the bottle.
Yes. Okay.
High school, boarding school type. Are there girls at this school? I'm gonna assume
Yes.
no, right?
I'm going to
Yeah,
say,
let's see, sure.
chronologically, let's go with him meeting his first roommate. His first like boarding school roommate.
Okay.
All right. It's like he walks into the dorm room. They have dorms, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
his is like an old janitor's closet. Boarding school's
schools have, like-
overfilled. We need interesting set pieces.
Do boarding schools have like quarters? Is that
Yeah,
what
they
it's
would,
called?
they would have a shared dorm room, I imagine.
yeah. Yeah, but theirs is small and shitty.
His bed is like, it's just a hammock.
It's a normal room, but he shares it with septuplets.
Okay, all right.
He'll never fit in.
Yeah.
Literally.
Can they be Sikh septuplets?
Yes.
Like traditional Sikh septuplets?
Yes. Uh huh. They can.
Just for easy juxtaposition. Those are fish out of water type bullshit.
All right, so those are his roommates. That's one interesting scene.
He's got, what is septuplets? Is that 6 or 7?
That is 7.
Seven.
All right.
7 Sikhs.
Yeah.
7 Sikh
There's a
siblings.
shot of him like brushing his teeth with 6 guys, like like 3 guys.
Oh,
on each-
yeah, they're
each
all
side of him.
crammed together, yeah.
Yeah.
He goes to spit, and someone spits on his head. I'm
So easy to be Zach Braff.
Yeah.
So this is great. All right, that's quirky scene number 1.
Okay.
All right.
Or quirky thing number 1.
Now, wait. He's in the drama.
Okay.
He's
He's an actor.
Yeah,
This is
He is an actor,
this is
so
a
I feel
lot
like
to
he-
mine from.
What if he's going to like the school? Was it like a career fair or no? What is it like a club organization day?
Drama club. Is that where you're going with
Well,
this?
all the
Well, he can fall in love with the quirky drama teacher and have a crush on her. Like, there has to be some quirky manic pixie dream girl for him to like pine after.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
True.
Make her a drama teacher.
It could be a Rushmore thing, yeah.
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 Okay. All
And
right.
like,
So he like panics at his audition and fucking flops because he's enamored sexually with his teacher.
yes.
I'm fine with that.
Just make it real graduate level, and she's the one pursuing him.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he just doesn't understand.
And she actually lives in an old theater house that's been converted into an apartment.
Oh, I love it.
So it
And he
actually
ends up there sometimes.
Yeah, ends up there.
He goes there to like practice his scene, and they're actually on a stage that's in her living room.
Yeah.
And like he's all wet from the rain,
Yep.
and she's like, "Man, you should have gotten some garbage bags."
Yeah. There you go. And she like he just like casually brings up his 7 Sikh sibling roommates.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, why don't you just stay here? I have plenty of room."
Yes.
So he has
yeah.
this like awkward, non-sexual but very suggestive relationship with this woman.
And she's like fascinated him. She's like, for someone who can show so much emotion on the stage, I just feel like you don't feel as a person.
sure.
Yeah.
Plus, she's cool and like
Here's
gets
to you,
naked in front of them.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Drama
And
Club.
like he gets uncomfortable,
Yeah.
but she's like,
She soaks, so she changes the t-shirt.
she's
and
like, "Oh, honey, please don't worry. Like it's just a body."
we're all
Well, and it's-
adults here.
And it's
Yeah.
like they're in bed together, and it's like a callback to the scene at the beginning of Garden State where he's like lying flat on his back, just like looking at the
Yep.
ceiling, all uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, they never like have sex. Or
No,
anything
it's
like
just
that.
snuggling.
Not even that.
no, they just share a bed.
Yeah.
Like she's like, just crash here.
Oh, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Don't be
I'm
fucking
sorry.
weird about it.
She
large
just wants
man.
to like
I took this tone a little
smell
too,
his
yeah.
pheromones a little bit.
His youthful.
I'm sorry.
therapy.
It's as
I
awkward
was
as it can
too
be for
normal
him.
with my conjecture.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 2 set pieces. We
Yep.
just need one more, and we're done. We
What-
made a
And that's
Garden
it.
State.
That's a Garden State prequel.
That's the whole thing.
Okay.
It's gotta be something weird, right? Like really weird. Like
Yeah, it's got to be something
like
weirder than
boat
that.
in the middle of a fucking junkyard. Weird.
Yeah, the third one, that's where we go all
That's-
out. This
yeah,
is
that's
where he
the-
gets his
that's the crown
profound
jewel.
realization.
Yeah.
Where he needs to go to L.A. That's what he needs to realize, right? Because that's
Maybe.
what happens next.
What play are they doing?
Ooh.
Oh, something super.
Cat on a hot
pretentious.
tin roof.
Oedipus Rex.
Yes.
Like A Long Day's Journey into Night or some sort of family play.
You're right. Yeah.
Some sort of classic
family.
American family play.
I was going to say Cats.
I was gonna
Oh,
say.
okay, you're going musical.
Yeah.
How about Our Town?
Or like
Avenue Q.
Hamilton.
In 1994.
He's envisioning a hip hop history play.
The Scrubs
All right.
musical.
Maybe this third thing we can work in The Rock.
Oh shit.
Yeah, The Rock.
Is
And the
The
long
Rock-
lost family member.
Oh shit.
We'll loop there. We'll get there. Is
Yeah,
the
it
Rock,
doesn't matter.
Is The Rock maybe perhaps the gym teacher or a lunchman?
now we're talking Trejo.
Talking Trejo, ho, ho, ho.
Guys, this is a great callback.
This is. We love talking Trejo. We love Know Your Faculty, and that's kind of what we're playing right now. We're trying to get to know our faculty at this boarding school.
That's true. We need to know our faculty.
Well, we do need a surprise cameo.
So why not Josh Hartnett from the film The Faculty? Guaranteed. To
No,
fuck you up.
it's Mary Beth.
Oh,
We see her in the background once.
just floating around.
Doesn't affect anything, but her shadow tells a different story.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm fine with
Keep
it.
forgetting how
Know
many
your
plot
faculty.
points we pulled out.
yeah. All right. So
The
we're-
Rock.
Let's add The Rock to this. So he's not Dean The Rock Johnson.
It can be something small though, like it's '94. Was he a college? Was he? He was like in pro football. Is he
Yeah.
a pro footballer that's like joining? That's just like visiting their boarding school,
Or like he's like doing
like
like
a small time. Was
like
that
a
pro
football
football
camp.
Rock?
What if The Rock is the scared straight person who comes into the school?
Oh boy,
What?
I like it. I don't have a problem with it at all.
He's rocking that sweet column haircut he had.
Yeah.
And the
This
fanny,
necklace.
the fanny pack.
The fanny pack. With the
Turtleneck
necklace.
with a gold
Yeah.
chain. Yeah.
singing the song "Pie" that he wrote.
Rock's a tough guy, but maybe he's a scared straight
Or maybe
person.
he's the opposite of tough guy. Like maybe he's
I was going
He
to say.
reveals he's an actor, and that's what inspires Zach Braff. Because the whole theater thing backfires with the teacher, but then this guy's like, "I'm just an actor, kid. I live in L.A. Like I'm here visiting my family.
Yeah.
Because my mom died."
my mom died in an unfortunate accident with a garbage disposal.
Maybe Dwayne The Rock Johnson or Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson.
Maybe Dwayne Johnson assists him in his escape somehow from the
he's
boarding
not
On a
school.
tandem
I
bike.
mean,
I demand it.
No, he's not
breaking
in
rules,
prison,
but he's
but
not.
like,
I feel like his friends can just like wake him up in his dorm room and be like, "We're springing you."
Yeah.
well, that's where we could bring in Mark.
Could,
Yeah,
so
you're
could
right.
The
Yeah.
Rock be like he's a dean of some sort or like a higher up? So like he's in charge of discipline and he kind of lets him pass because he realizes
Is
that,
he the school therapist? Let's show the Rock's
like
heart
a
of gold.
counselor?
That's a good one.
Guidance
That's a good one.
That's the opposite of scared straight.
Yeah.
So how long have you been on your medications?
Yes. Yeah. So The
Since
Rock-
I was 9.
Yeah.
and he becomes kind of a mentor to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
and
like
like you
that.
said, he was an actor, and that's what inspires him. They have some really profound conversation.
If you don't like who you are, pretend to be someone else.
right.
Yeah.
You take your candy ass and you march it all the way down Jabroni Lane or whatever.
Sounds like that Lithium's laying the smackdown on you.
There's just like one moment he's like making something in the microwave. What are you cooking? And then the people's eyebrow.
Son, you have to get up off your Rudy Poo candy ass and make something of yourself.
I like it. I like it. So yeah.
damn.
So The Rock is guidance counselor / therapist /
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he gets sent to The Rock for therapy because the school knows he's fucked up and he's always causing trouble by leaving. Hanging out with all these ne'er-do-wells like Mark.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I love Mark.
he could just
looking
think
at me
about
like,
never going back.
He's a
to
Mark
work.
fan over this. Sorry.
Trying
I like
sorry,
Mark.
Trying to get a rise out of you about Mark.
What do you like about Mark? Peter Sarsgaard.
Okay, well, now that's tough because I think it's mostly Peter Sarsgaard's performance.
Yeah.
But Mark is obviously not happy where he is in life.
See,
That's
I think
why he's shirtless, smoking a bong every time
I
we
think
see
he
him.
is happy with his life. I think he's accepted his.
Well, yes,
his
I
place.
think
His
he's
place in
the thing is, I don't necessarily think he's happy with his life, but he's become resigned
Yeah.
I think he's brilliant.
Yeah.
to the point where he's just totally like, this is who I am.
Right.
I love his favors speech. I love that. No, I just like Mark.
Yeah. Guys, you're listening to Sequelitis, a comedy podcast about movie sequels.
Yeah.
I was just curious. I mean, I don't know. It's just.
I like him
Well,
too.
we got to work him in because he's our cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah, who plays young Mark? Bill Skarsgård.
This is still Peter Sarsgaard.
Now wait, I know we had some dream casting for the parents, but should the characters from the original just play their parents? Like it's Zach Braff. Should he be playing his own dad?
That just devolves into a Scrubs daydream. That's in my head, but that's just me.
Zach Braff would do that.
I'm just trying to
He
think,
totally
what
would.
does a pretentious asshole do in a movie? And they go, well, I'm playing my father, even though I look nothing like the actor that plays my
True.
father.
Yeah, you're
Like,
right.
if-
Yeah.
I can't think of anything like right off the top of my head, but I know I've seen that.
Yep.
But I know it's pretentious.
But that will negate the scene at the end.
Oh, where
the
he's
final
watching.
the final shot of the movie where he's watching his past self.
No, different makeup, different costume. Different Zach Braff.
Put a beard on him.
No, because then he can look over and it's his dad watching too. Over his shoulder. So it's just two Zach Braffs looking at each other, framing the shot in between it of like the
Oh
mom,
my
like,
God.
Just
their neck snap.
just the bent neck lady over there. Just fucking.
Then they merge into the same person and it turns into the kid Zach Braff.
Yeah.
Like a fusion.
Oh, that's
Oh,
so
he's
stupid. and I
Just
love it.
pretentious enough to do something like that.
Yep, that's what happens.
All right.
Now, why is the mom murder happening at the end?
He's just remembering
Is it a
it again.
flashback?
I love how we keep calling it a murder. He did not murder.
That's a scene in the middle. Like the opening shot is him in the school with the speedy time lapse shot, and then like halfway through the movie,
There are several flashbacks of his relationship with his mom.
yeah,
And the last one is when he kills her.
we keep cross cutting
Well, yeah,
between
in
them.
cold blood
Yeah,
with a dishwasher.
yeah.
Maybe
I
just
picture the mom
becomes
twitching on
paralyzed.
the floor with like the dishwasher just squirting water every so often.
yeah.
You just see
onto
little
her.
glimpses. Of,
Yeah, yeah. You don't see
You
her
actually
face.
can't see her between like all the soap. The dishwasher was on when the last broke.
Zach Braff loaded dish liquid and not fucking dishwasher.
It's
soap
real
into it.
slapstick. Like there's soap all over the floor, and she like and falls and breaks
It's like
her
the
Scooby-Doo
noise.
fucking head.
So he's just like laughing for a full moment before he like parts the soap.
She's paralyzed. Hello.
Yeah. All right, so yeah,
Okay,
That's it.
we've got our movie.
That's a movie.
how is Sarsgaard in it? How do they meet up? How does he get out of school?
Springs him. I don't know.
They're buds. Yeah, they're
he
buds.
just springs them.
He springs them to go
They're
do an
friends.
ne'er-do-well thing.
They did a bunch of coke and went, let's break him out of school.
Yeah.
And this scene can even be from his perspective. I mean, they're 16-year-olds. They're on coke. They rescue their friend. They get into some comic
they on
hijinks
coke already,
fight
or they
with
just
like the
smoking
seven
pot?
brothers. Well, yeah, they're probably just smoking pot.
just
Well, no,
smoking
they
weed.
say they established that they did coke, right?
We'll see their first
Yeah,
time.
Kenny did coke.
Yeah, we'll
That's
see
true,
their
and they're
first
rich.
time doing coke.
Maybe that happens that night. That
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Well, Mark's not rich. That's why he lives in like a scummy
Oh, right.
house because that's what Zach Braff thinks middle class
Right,
people
yeah.
live.
Asshole.
Yeah, they're fucking.
They have
Jim
holes
Parsons.
in their curtains.
Yeah, yeah,
And they smoke cigarettes while eating Lucky Charms.
yeah.
I try to wait and leave the marshmallows for last.
Sarsgaard could like spring Braff, and there could be like a quirky little shot where they like create like the rope like out of sheets to get down to
There's
the
a-
ground level.
There's a shot. It just cuts to Zach Braff laying in bed, staring at the ceiling right from above. You hear in the background, "Hey, large,
Yeah,
large."
Yeah,
he's like, huh?
And it's not a great plan, but it works because Mark doesn't really get in trouble.
Well, they almost
Right.
get caught because of the sound of the Velcro in one of their shoes.
That's brilliant.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But don't worry. They'll
worry.
take care of that eventually.
Yeah. That'll be a big moment someday.
Wow.
Well, I'm thinking like when the scene in Garden State where Mark steals and returns merchandise, like, he does all these things and never gets caught. So, like, it doesn't have to be a foolproof plan of him springing them out. He's just like, yeah. And they just walk into the school and be like, hey, we're leaving.
That
You know what I mean?
Because that
Like-
was like the whole thing with like in Garden State when Mark's like putting his plan into effect, like he just owns everything.
Right.
Like he walks into the hotel room, he walks into the hotel and goes like in all these like side corridors, and no one gives a shit. Like he returns the knives and he's really mean to that poor lady.
Yeah.
Like he can high five all 7 of his roommates on the way out. Like,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
the hell do they know you?
See you later, seat guys.
They just do.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. We got ourselves a prequel.
Okay.
Ends with the dramatic scene retelling of his mom's accident.
Yeah.
But we see adult Zach Braff and his
Accident.
father watching it, played by Zach Braff. They merge into one boy.
They become the star child.
Yeah.
So what is his what lesson does he learn in this movie? What is per se Large's arc?
Well, he hasn't learned anything by Garden State.
Yeah.
So I think it's just that I need to go to L.A.
Yeah.
I got to
pretty
get the
much.
fuck out of here.
And this happens in the course of 4 days.
Or it's,
We never got a family
Long
member.
lost.
Long lost family member.
Well, when he goes home, maybe you can see like a third cousin. She's just like smoking pot, and she's like, "Hey,
Hey,
like,
Large. She
I don't
calls
know if
him
you know
Large.
this, but like we're cousins. I'm a Largeman too." And then she just gives him some sage counsel again. Like that's what everyone's there for, right? To give Zach Braff advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or so we can learn from them.
Let's do this. Like the old Goosebumps Choose Your Own Adventure? You folks at home, you find the family
You pick
member.
a family
You
member.
pick
We're
the
fucking
family
done.
member. Yeah.
We're doing all this work. You're just sitting here listening to it.
Yeah.
this is the extra one we drew anyway, so really it doesn't
It
count.
doesn't fucking count.
Do you
guys-
want somebody to be his uncle? They can be.
Yeah.
Which one do you want it to be?
Yeah, so that's fine. You folks at home, you do that. And we've made Garden State. Is Zach's directing?
Of course.
Writing.
There's a soundtrack, right? I mean, he gets to curate the soundtrack too.
Yeah.
Or we just have a new score written for this movie for whatever reason. Like a Hans Zimmer comes in and does a score for the movie.
Hans Zimmer comes in and he plays orchestral versions of all the pop songs.
Oh, I like that, like in
Yes.
Life Aquatic or whatever.
Well,
like
yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Never been done before.
Takes the Simon and Garfunkel song and it's just.
Yeah. Well, I can tell we all don't want to be talking about Garden State anymore.
I want to talk about Garden State.
We have a separate podcast dedicated to nothing but Garden State. It's called Talking State. With loose cannon comedy. You can check it out every Tuesday night.
And once again, Chris
18-part
Hardwick is
series.
not invited.
Yeah, you can't be on Talking State, Chris. We've had this conversation before. You can't emotionally
Stop
control
texting
me.
us.
Anyway,
It's called Gabin State.
Yeah. We have to. We have to title this prequel.
Yeah, what
Garden
are we
State.
calling it?
4 days with Zach Braff. I thought we settled this.
Oh yeah.
How about Large and in Charge?
Large in charge.
Garden State High.
Large is in charge.
Planting a garden.
Large
State.
charge of
What was the original name again?
Largeman's Arc.
We just make it that.
Yeah. Like ARC.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
not
I
even,
think-
not even a play on words. At
But
this
I
point.
think we call it Largeman's Arc High. On account of the high school. Real quick, I just think at the
Boarding
end,
pass. Can we call it boarding pass?
real quick, I think once the credits start, we have to have a stinger of we cut to like a shadowy figure. It's facing away from the camera, and you see them, and they pick up like a helmet and they put it on their head, and they turn around and it's Natalie Portman. And then fucking, I don't know, like Viva La Vida plays.
or we or we see like Bilbo Baggins burying a knife because maybe he killed.
Well, it can even be
wife.
things like, him promising his wife he'll fix the latch next week.
We can just call it Latched On. That's the name of this movie.
Latchkey Kids.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Man.
I don't know what the movie's called. Let's do a thing like Goosebumps, like that. Like pick your own adventure. You folks at home, you just pick a title for this
Yeah.
movie. How's that?
Well, like Garden State, like it's just the name of New Jersey. Where does this take place? Is it not New Jersey?
Also New Jersey.
All right.
It's called Also New Jersey.
also in New Jersey, Newark.
Also, comma NJ.
I love NJ.
A Garden State story.
Christ on his throne. This has been fun.
We promise we're trying. We're not really phoning this
Yeah.
in.
I think it's a great movie.
Yeah. This
I actually think this is one of our more cohesive films.
Yeah, actually, I
Indeed.
agree.
it's
Yeah.
very in the spirit of the original film.
Yep.
So in the spirit of the original
So
film.
much spirit.
It's going to change my life.
Yeah.
4 days flat. Or in your case, 2 hours maybe. Even that. This movie's probably like 80 minutes, right?
Oh yeah.
It's barely feature.
It gets cut down to 67.
Barely feature length.
All right. Well, this has been Sequelitis Garden State. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Do we have anything else to talk about? Or are we good?
Nah, just follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah. That's Loose Cannon PGH on Twitter and Instagram. Loose Cannon Comedy on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
And all kinds of other stuff. Come and see our live stand-up shows. Be on the lookout for the Obie House Bowling Classic, which is coming very, very soon. If not before this very episode.
Yeah.
How's that for meta?
And please, please, please rate, review, and subscribe to this.
Yeah, we'd really
Podcast.
appreciate that. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to listen to it religiously.
Just give us at least like 3 stars.
Yeah, give us a review. That's number one, is give us a review.
Just any kind of verbal confirmation that you're
It's
listening.
Like,
Like, I don't
Mario.
like these
the more
people.
stars,
like,
the better you did, not us.
Right, correct. Yeah, this is like...
Wait, we have people actually doing shit with ratings and whatnot?
Sure.
We're trying.
Okay.
we want
There's some
that.
reviews.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I my bad. I'll shut up.
And if you could do us a favor, get this in Zach Braff's hands, man. Put it out there. I think
Yeah.
we got some real gold here, and he might let us be creative.
He's just like an everyman. We just figure he's accessible, and one of you must know him.
Yeah.
So just send him a text.
Yeah.
Let him know we're talking about him, because I'm sure he'd care.
yeah, he'd definitely be really upset.
Someone's talking about him. That counts
you
for
know,
something.
Gleason was the 9-year-old that he beat up back in 05 or 06. Just
true.
so everybody knows.
We have a history.
Yeah.
At the very least, please get it to Peter Sarsgaard.
I think...
He has a fan.
Especially because
Diggy hates his character,
yeah,
Mark,
his biggest
apparently.
fan, John DiCarlo, is here, so he'll see a lot of conflicting ideas about himself, and that's great.
Peter Sarsgaard is well known for his sense of humor.
Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and like always, Sequelitis will return.
Bye-bye.
Let go, just jump in.
Cut. That's too much time. We can't afford that. This has been a presentation of Loose Cannon Comedy. For more content and show dates, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.